Don't fuck up and don't fuck yourself. God damn it. God damn it. Don't fuck up and don't fuck yourself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Root Cooking School podcast. I'm your host, John Hauser III. And with me is a man who I can't currently see, but he is in San Francisco.
That is correct. My name is Evan the Mayor. I am in San Francisco.
AKA the San Francisco treat. You know what I'm saying, Evan?
Yeah, that's
what you
meth.
are, baby. How's it going, dude? How you doing?
Like I was saying, pre-record, a little bit of a slow week. Nothing exciting happened except I got new glasses. Woohoo!
I mean, that's something, you know, like it's better than nothing.
Sure. Oh, I also got a new Fitbit. Wow.
Oh, well, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
New Fitbit?
Yeah, man.
I mean,
how else am I going to track my sleep and how many steps I've taken per day?
Why would you ever do that? Why would you?
Because I want to be healthy and lose weight for my wedding.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But do you not have like an Apple Watch?
No.
Which is why you got a Fitbit.
Fitbits are, yeah, they're like, what? My cat just turned off the lights.
Is that what happened?
That is what happened. I did not just suddenly lose power.
It's like, the hell? Cat's like, let's get this party started.
Yeah.
Let's take this back to the.
But no, yeah, a Fitbit. They range from like $60 to $450, and I got like the $100 one because I don't need text messages on my wrist. I don't need phone calls on my wrist. I don't need GPS tracking on my wrist. I just need something to tell me what time it is and show my heartbeat and like how many steps I've taken.
Yeah, I haven't used my Apple Watch in like 2 months because my band was giving me a rash or something.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And I'm perfectly fine never putting it back on. I'm going to get a new band. I use it basically to just keep my heart rate at the gym.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of it.
Get your little metrics.
Otherwise, it's not worth anything for anything.
I do like that where I live, if I walk, and I live fairly close to Fort McHenry, if I walk all the way down and do a loop around the park and go back, if I track the walk on the Fitbit app, it looks like a penis.
That's great.
Yeah, dick and balls.
Yeah. Crosby uses his iWatch or whatever they call it for...
Pokemon?
No, just text messaging us. You know,
it's real Dick Tracy shit.
Yeah, no, it is. It's pretty cool, but yeah, otherwise...
Crosby to dad. Crosby to dad.
It's pretty much... I mean, dude, just trying to get him to... Like, he's the most Not tech savvy because he knows how to do tech shit. He doesn't give a fuck about texting or like communication. Should I say?
So he's a male, is what you're saying.
I guess he's in a big text thread with all of his friends, and you grab his phone, and he's got 76 messages or something like that. I'm like, do you realize you got a bunch of messages? He's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's been using it for 3 hours to listen to Dungeons and Dragons podcasts. So, yeah. My son, everybody.
He's a one-man chat room.
He is. He's got that Baldur Gate life. That's why.
Ooh.
Yeah. You want to do it?
That's a bit of a mature game.
You want to do a quick video game corner?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you played Baldur's Gate?
I played 1 and 2. I'm waiting until 3 is on the reduced price list or the Game of the Year edition comes out.
So for Christmas, we were going to buy that for him. Mm-hmm. And right before I bought it for him, I realized that it wasn't compatible with my Xbox.
Oh.
Because I was like, and then I'm all like, well, this Xbox is brand new. And then looked and saw that I bought it 7 years ago.
What?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well.
The Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the X-Bone?
Yeah, it was the Xbox X or whatever it was.
Xbox One, Xbox X, Xbox Series S, Xbox. I don't even know what they're up to at this point.
I think it was the Xbox One X is the last one.
Yeah.
The one I have now is the Xbox X.
I do most of my gaming on Steam.
But so I was like, well, I'll just get him the Xbox for his birthday, and then we'll just do the whole thing for his birthday. And then Microsoft had a giant sale that was like 25% off or something like that right before Christmas. And I was like, well, I guess I'm buying that Xbox now. So we just gave it to him for Christmas, and we were like, the caveat is no Christmas, no birthday presents. You get none.
Oh,
nothing.
wow.
And he was like, oh, that's great. Fine. And we did a Christmas story to him. Like, we let him open all of his shit up. And then at the end, I'm like, what's over there in the corner? And he's like, wait, what?
What's this Xbox shaped gift?
Well, he wasn't expecting. He had no idea. I just told him that we couldn't get the game because it wasn't compatible with the Xbox. And that was like a couple days before Christmas. So he was like, yeah, okay, great.
Yeah. Modern day Xbox is like absurd in that with Game Pass. Cause it's just like, here's every video game ever.
Yeah. It's nuts.
It's fucking crazy.
But okay. Really quick into Baldur's Gate. Okay, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, by the time I sort of gave up on Xbox, like they were giving away free games, and I think the last two that I downloaded were Assassin's Creed 2 and Dead Rising 2, and I just kind of, I don't know what happened. I just gave up and eventually just started doing PC gaming almost exclusively again.
Yeah, I like the Game Pass. It's fun because I don't care about having the most brand new game immediately or whatever. So
oh yeah, that is a fool's errand.
Yeah, except for this dumb Baldur's Gate game because it's Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Right.
So did you know you can pick penis shape in that game?
Yeah, I heard.
You can pick vulva shape as well.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, whether or not you want a bush or yeah, tits and everything. And I was like, I thought it was kind of like a joke until we started character creation. I was like, what?
Maximum bulge.
Dude, and there's so much fucking in this game. Everyone's horny, and I'm just like,
there's a lot of romance options.
What is happening right now? There's a part where you're in a goblin city, and you're about to you go to this like sort of
you go into a tavern,
farm.
yeah, and there's like a minotaur fucking like a rabbit monster or something.
Yeah, it's like a goblin.
Owlbear.
It's like a goblin fucking like an ogre or something like that, and it was hard. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? And they tell you, like, you listen at the door. You hear sounds you don't want to hear. You should probably
Do you want
stay
to
away.
investigate?
But I was like, okay, grunting. Like it didn't even click with me that there was fucking going on. Even though they were hinting at it, I was like, nobody's actually fucking in there. Like,
yeah, I've listened to some podcasts where people have been playing this game for hundreds of hours, and a few of them have like broken the game. They're like, yeah, I'm playing as a thief, and I'm trying to steal shit. And then the whole city wants to kill me, and I have to defend myself. So I've killed like everyone in the game, and there's no way to win.
It sounds about right. Yeah, Crosby just had to Crosby just restarted from scratch. He got pretty far in it, but he had fucked himself because he had accidentally killed one of his characters.
Yeah,
and like he saw what I was doing. He's like, "How'd you get that? How'd you get that? What's going on?" I'm like, play your game, son, so he's like, no, I'm gonna redo it. Yeah, it's a crazy game. It's a fucking ton of fun. It's probably the most fun I've had with a game in a while.
Yeah, and my understanding is on higher difficulties it is like fucking brutal.
I bet.
And the developer, I'm familiar with the developer of the game because they did another game called Divinity 2, which has kind of the same combat like weird stuff where like you can throw your backpack full of jars of oil, and make it explode. Just all these weird little fuckery things that you can do. But they've layered, the D&D rule set onto it. But that game, man, Hannah and I tried to play it on Steam together, and we spent 8 hours and got nothing done. Like, we died over and over and over and over. I'm like, oh, look, here's some snakes. We're at the beginning of the game. Let's fight them. Dead. Like, just could not do anything.
Yeah, this game is, if I'm just doing middle of the road, and it's kind of relaxing because you're not like actively fighting. So it's like D&D. You take your turn. You can take as much time as you want to figure out what you're doing. And pick your poison, literally.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of fun that way instead of actually just being like where Elden Ring is like, I gotta fight everything.
I gotta run all the time.
Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ. So it's a nice change of pace. I highly recommend the game. 5 out of 5.
I do like in the now that they've started to include like environmental tricks where you can like shoot a board and then a barrel of water will fall on the ground and then it's all slippery and wet and then you can shoot lightning and it kills everything. That stuff's cool.
Yeah, there's all kind of shit like that you can take it like, but I'm like kind of just murder hobo-ish and I'm like, just beat them to death. Like magic user, fuck magic. Well, that's not true. Not fuck magic, but even with my magic users, I'm like, club them to death. I
traditionally am always like a thief guy who can do stealthy stuff and with a bow and backstabbiness. But I forget which game I started playing and I just tried being like a straight up knight, Yeah. And I like it. Doing this little sword and shield action.
Yep, it's fun. I highly recommend.
I think the magic stuff's too complicated for me because I just like to have all the passive effects that buff you up and like I don't have to worry about like, shit, my cooldown for this spell is this long and I gotta wait and I gotta. They
don't have that kind of thing. It's a D&D 5th edition system where like for magic users you have this many spell slots.
Right.
Once you're done, until you take a rest, you can't use spells anymore.
But you can only use it like once.
What's that?
So like in D&D, historically, you get like, I don't know, 3 magic missiles and then 1 lightning strike, and then you're out of magic until
you sleep.
Until you sleep, and then you got to go to a magic academy or a temple. And
it's not like that. It's not like that. You're good. As soon as you level up, you automatically learn spells and shit.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, there's different rule sets and different ways of playing, but historically, like old school, level up. Totally. Oh, here's your fireball spell, or you have to like go buy a spell book, read the spell book. Oh, skill check. You're not good enough to know this spell yet. I hate it.
It's not. They streamlined it all in 5th edition.
Just give me a poison bow and arrow, and I'm good.
And then now they're gonna tout out D&D. I think they're calling it D&D 1. Next is their next system, and they're gonna fuck it all up, and everybody's gonna be mad. There is a lot of food in the game too, by the way.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like you're just picking up cheese. You know how it is.
I love cheese and shit. Once upon a time, you and I were gonna do like a video game food round table talk.
We should still do
that. And I was thinking about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom the other day. How you cook all this food, right? And Link just has 7,000 meals like sitting in his backpack while he's fighting a boss, and then he's like, hold on, let me eat this apple that has been cooked over an open flame with a meat kebab. Hop. All right, I'm ready to fight some more.
Yeah. What is the shit Henry Cavill show that's a video
The Witcher
game? The Witcher. Yeah. In The Witcher, like you're literally like your backpack is like 3/4 full of wheels of cheese, basically.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, well, at least that game, it does have like a weight system to it. So it's like, you got too many wheels of cheese. You got to get rid of something.
Baldur's Gate is like that too.
Yeah.
There's a weight thing.
But I love Witcher 3. It's great. I mean, like if you get the edition that's available online now, it's like $20 and it has 300 hours of content.
Yeah,
and
it's nuts.
If you play it on casual, like you can it's so great. You cut guys in half, like you can shoot their arrows back at them with magic. You can like do a spell where it hypnotizes an enemy into killing its entire, group of comrades. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. You're going to like Baldur's Gate then.
Yeah. No doubt. I'm just waiting till it either has a price break or that platinum edition comes out.
Nice. So we had snow here last week.
We did.
Which was very nice.
2 snow days back to back practically.
And a football playoff game.
Yeah. Woo. Those tickets were going cheap.
Oh my God. They're going even cheaper now.
Yeah, right.
I have a coworker who has, I guess, relatively cheap seats, and she's trying to get $1,000 a piece for her shitty tickets.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm like, that's kind of
especially because
crazy.
It's supposed to be raining on Sunday and probably a bit chilly. But these fucking chuckleheads, they'll fill all the seats.
I mean, it's going to be 44 degrees and raining. That's like, who gives a shit? That's the great
nasty.
football weather.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it depends on how bad it's raining, I guess.
Have you seen all of the insipid like Taylor Swift memes that are going around?
Yeah. Leave that fucking woman alone.
They just take a MS Paint like cutout of
terrible.
Taylor Swift and put her in front of Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. She's white. Look, she's in Park Heights.
Yeah. Oh, look, she's in The Wire. Hey.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah, it's lame as shit.
I did, however, do a tweet, formerly known as X, where I was like, well, yeah, what if Taylor Swift was in town? Where would you tell her to eat food? And the location I came up with on the podcast was Coco's, because it's not like in the middle of downtown, and if word got out that she was at, McCormick and Schmick or something, it would just be mobbed within minutes. But Coco's, it's like, oh, I got to get in my car and drive over there, and that's like 25 minutes away.
She would walk in there, and there'd be a bunch of people in there with their kids and shit, and they wouldn't even know who the fuck she was, probably.
Yeah, a lot of the old heads would be like, hello, young lady. Would you like, hey, hello.
Yeah.
Would you like a crab cake platter?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad. It's like the lady is going to her boyfriend's football game.
Yeah.
That's all she's doing, and you're giving her fucking crazy kinds of shit. It's so like, dumb.
How come you're not doing a tour of Baltimore? Because she's just going to fly her private jet to BWI, get a taxi cab up to the stadium, sit there in the box for 4 hours, and then go back home or whatever.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, Kelsey's brother's like drunk and jumping over. That guy's great.
Shirtless,
but like,
crowd surfing.
People are like, that guy's awesome. Fuck Taylor Swift. I'm like,
right.
I'm pretty sure the whole like fuck Taylor Swift, and then the Venn diagram of people that say fuck Taylor Swift, and the Venn diagram of like, I can't believe they're kneeling, is a complete circle.
It's a flat circle.
Yeah, it's what they think the Earth is. So yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, for that football game, I made a giant pot of chili and had a bunch of people over, and that was fun. I made a lot of food last week. Or at least I made food that took a long time. I made the chili. I made a giant pot of bolognese sauce.
Okay.
Only so I could make a giant pan of lasagna that was amazing.
Did you mirepoix it up?
I did.
How's your mirepoix skills?
Great.
Are they tiny little cubes?
For the bolognese?
Tiny little cubes of carrot and celery?
For the bolognese?
Yeah.
Fuck no. I puree that shit in a fucking food,
man, you gotta get the tiny little cubes.
You're crazy. That's the most fucking dumb shit ever. You put the mirepoix into I put my mirepoix and garlic and spices into like my KitchenAid blender and done. It's good.
I like the tiny little cubes. I like to have a little chunk of something.
That's what the meat's for. It all just melts into the sauce. It's a great trick to learn.
Sounds pretty
Learn it
dumb.
and love it. But I did cook the shit out of it. It was really good. The bolognese sauce. And then
I've had a very chicken-filled week.
Have you?
Yeah, made a what do you call it? Shawarma. About 2 pounds of shawarma because I just wanted to get rid of 2 pounds of thighs, and that's a good, easy way to do it because you could just have it for like a whole week. Put it on salad, put it in a pita, put it in everything, just everything.
Yeah.
And I made some Filipino adobo chicken drumsticks. But for the game, I made like just traditional stadium style nachos.
Nice.
Cheese, sauce, jalapenos, and chips. That's it, bitch.
Holy shit. Those are the whitest nachos ever.
Love it.
Pickled jalapenos?
Yes.
Okay. They got to be pickled jalapenos. Yeah.
But
just dry ass nachos.
That's what you got to love about the cheese sauce. It's just literally like flour, butter, milk, Velveeta. Boom. Yeah. Delicious.
You don't even need the roux for the Velveeta though.
It does help it though. Especially if you're going to put in some like spicy stuff to like get it to cling in there.
Gotcha.
And it clings to the chips better. I am convinced.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever makes it right in your head.
Shh, quiet. These are stadium nachos, baby.
The lasagna I made was great. I did both ricotta and bechamel.
Okay.
So it was like sauce, noodle. I went to Di Pasquale's and you can buy just
the noodle,
fresh sheets of lasagna.
Love it.
So you don't have to parboil it, or you get those like little strips. This is a 13 by 19 fucking piece of noodle. It's amazing.
Have you ever had their like frozen lasagna?
Yeah, they're great.
I don't really like it.
If you doctor it a bit, it's great. Like for just it's better than what you can buy at the store.
Oh, for
like at a Safeway.
Definitely. But for a number of times that we've tried it, the noodles were always like a little soggy, like too cooked.
Gotcha.
I like to have a little gription on those nudes.
I will say their noodles are they're I think the reason is their lasagna noodles are really thin.
Okay.
Like they're crazy thin. So I made the lasagna. It was awesome. I had a couple sheets left over and some ricotta. So the other night I took and made like ravioli, ricotta ravioli, and then just tossed it in a little bit of bolognese sauce, and that was great. While I was at Di Pasquale's, I got a fucking amazing calzone that didn't look like a calzone, but it's a calzone to them, and it's peppers, pepperoni, like fucking slices of pepperoni, and then whole long sausages.
Jesus.
And cheese. Dude, and then it comes with like a little cup of sauce. It was banging. It was so fucking good.
Perfect cold weather snow
and
day.
It was the day that it snowed. We went for a walk, and I was like, you know what? I should make lasagna. And Leanna was like, okay, great. I was like, we got to go to Di Pasquale's.
I've also found that for the money, they're like pizza dough balls. I think they're like $2.50.
Yeah, they're great.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. For making a calzone or a pizza.
Totally. And then we just bought a bunch of crazy shit there just because we're like, oh, let's get these cookies. And that's always the thing. It's like, let's try these cookies and try those cookies. And oh, look, by the way, they do sell these truffle potato chips that are fucking awesome. They're like white truffle potato chips. I got to find out the brand. I'll take a picture and post it to the Facebook page and shit. They're pretty great. The next day we went to, cause I wanted to get, focaccia for the chili that I made. Cause I don't like cornbread with my chili. It's just kind of like eating cake with chili.
Hey, would you like a dessert with your chili?
Yeah. And people were like, you're crazy. And somebody did bring it. It was great. It was what you think of as chili with cornbread, like cornbread cake. But I like focaccia. Like I like something that's like crusty and you can dip into the chili and it's really hearty. We went to the new Oven Bird in this. You've never been to Oven Bird?
Have not heard of it before.
Oh, they got one in Little Italy, and now they just opened one over in Highlandtown.
Okay.
People that live in other cities or states, it's close to where I live in Highlandtown. And this Oven Bird place is awesome. It's beautiful inside. You can get great drinks, coffee or tea kind of stuff. They do, they're bakery. So lots of breads, lots of sweets, great sandwiches. I got a great Italian sandwich that they were like, do you want this heated up? And I was like, fucking right, I do. Crosby got a pretty decent French onion soup. Leanna got a sandwich that was really good. Aces all around. And the only thing I'd say bad about their focaccia was perfect, except it was rosemary focaccia, and it looked like they took all of the rosemary and put it on one 13 by 19 piece. I had to bang it over my sink to get it all. It was like a bunch of
the rosemary.
Yeah, dude. It's like, and it was dry rosemary, so it was like a bunch of thorns on the top of it. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of rosemary is cool, but this was like, I hope you just hate your teeth. So, yeah. But the focaccia itself is great. Yeah. And then I've cooked a whole bunch of other shit this week. I've been a cooking machine this week. Feeling good.
Cooking a machine.
Yeah. You're just eating chicken like a monster, huh?
That and fish, trying to avoid the red meat for this month, attempting to finish January, but that Ravens game fucked me up big time. Knocked me right off the train tracks.
Oh yeah, I drank last week.
So I'm borrowing days from next month.
And then that's fine. It's damn January. It's no problem. Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's a playoff game. I'm gonna have a couple drinks. Fuck this shit. It's stupid. I made it 3 weeks. I'm good. And then since then I haven't drank all week or whatever. So little victories. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna cook anything special for the game this weekend?
I don't know what we're doing. I think we're going to spend the first half at some bar restaurant that isn't going to be mad packed. But we're gonna have to get there very early because it is going to be mad packed by 10:30 at the latest.
Yeah, because you're in the hellhole of it all. Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna go further down like Ford Avenue to more neighborhoody places.
You're not gonna go to Mother's.
Not even for the journalistic output.
Yeah, that's a place you couldn't pay me to go.
Yes, that I will agree. I'd rather do the first half on a cruise ship.
We were talking about you guys. I said it before we started taping that you couldn't pay me to get on a cruise ship, and Evan was like, "You could pay me."
Yeah, but then we're just gonna come back here and finish the second half of the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we're just gonna have the same, people with their kids over here, and then it's basically
gonna have that nacho
friends,
cheese stadium, nacho fountain, build your own station going.
Okay, so this is my dilemma. I made a big thing of chili last week.
Mm-hmm.
What do I make this week? I don't know.
Oh, for the game?
Yeah, I'm really stumped. I'm like I'm leaning towards pulled pork.
Okay.
Just because it's a thing I can make the day before. And then the day of, all I got to do is basically make slaw, right?
I have two ideas in my head.
Okay.
One,
pitch them.
Chimichurri chicken wings.
Okay.
Either the big ones or, a whole 10-pound bag of frozen guys that you either broil or air fry, as I do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a loaf of King's Hawaiian rolls, it's a perfect thing to make little Cuban sliders. Cuban sandwich sliders.
I'm weird about wings. I love wings, and I make them I make them in bulk for the fantasy football draft that I have.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually do those on the grill.
Okay.
And then I usually have something else with them. But for a crowd that's like, I mean, I don't mind doing it. It just doesn't seem like it's enough, and I don't want to kill myself to make a bunch of food. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And then I hate anything on a Hawaiian roll. So.
Oh, well, then it doesn't have to be a Hawaiian roll. It could just be a little roll.
No, I was thinking about that too. I was like, well, what if I just went to Binkert's and I got a bunch of fucking hot dogs and just made everybody hot dogs? But then that's kind of weird because then you just got like a tray of kind of cold hot dogs.
Rapidly cooling hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's kind of sucky. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got 2 days.
More than enough time.
Yeah. I mean, hey, why not?
Just make a beef stew.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like trying to figure out, and then, Crosby's friends, they have like dietary thing. There's like a kid that's like a vegetarian, and I don't want to, she basically ate bread last week because I also did a big charcuterie plate. She was just like, I'm good. And I'm like, I feel bad because I'm like, well, and she's kind of lactose intolerant too. So I'm like, I don't want to, I just feel bad. I want everybody to have food.
Yeah, it reminds me, we've been watching trash television lately, and we watched Below Deck, the Mediterranean edition.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically like people work on a big yacht, in Italy, and every episode is like some people come on, the clients come on, and then they go out on the water, and it's the drama that unfolds with the staff people and the blah blah blah. But the chef in particular, like there was this one group of people where every single person, and there were like 8 or 9 of them, had a different, I'm vegan, I'm kosher, I'm this, I'm that. So he couldn't make like
nightmare.
He could not make like a table's worth of food. He had to make individual meals for each of these fucking people.
That's hard.
And they were whiny.
Oh man, of course they were, because they're all special.
Yeah, I mean, like these people were particularly bad, and the one guy was all about Don Julio, 1942. He was just kept asking for it.
The drink?
Yeah, like,
isn't that tequila?
Like, yes, it is. He was just, they're out in the middle of the water, and he's like, "Yo, where's that 1942?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's gonna be here in the afternoon because we're on the water." And then there was another part where it was a lunch, and the chef was just like, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna make like 18 different plates and bring them all out, and they'll do it family style. I'm just going to kill them with their own weaponry." And like, he brought out everything, including a plate of hamburgers, and one of the stewardesses was bringing out the hamburgers, and the guy immediately just says, "Where's the bun? I need my burger to be perfect." And then a person just comes out with a plate of buns, and she's like, "Here are the buns."
Good grief.
Literally right behind the lady with the hamburgers with the buns.
I hate people, man.
Yeah, they were awful.
It's really hard to not hate people. I mean, it's really hard to not hate people, yeah.
Well, especially considering the chef on this yacht, like, it's not as if he's working in a fully on blown kitchen. It's his galley kitchen, and he's making these incredible meals for these people on demand. It's
who
insane.
Don't give a shit.
Not a shit. Like, there was another group of people where he brought out like it was like a sea bass with some pasta and a cream sauce and this and that and the other, and it was in a bowl. And these ladies, like, they were like, my dog eats out of a bowl. This looks like slop. I don't want this. And it's just like, whoa.
Good grief.
Fine, dump it out on a plate, biatch.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, and then, they when the clients leave the boat, that's usually when they take their parting shot and just be like, "We didn't have any fun the first day. The food was horrible. The service was, slow as hell.
Of course.
Blah, blah, blah." And then they hand them a tip, a envelope full of money that's supposed to be the tip. And it's like $1,200. No, usually, actually, they announce the tip amount. It has ranged on the season that we're watching between $12,000 and $21,000.
Holy shit. Wow.
And 21 or 12 is considered lowballing.
Damn. Well, there's so many people, right? Like,
I mean, I think the smallest group we've seen was like 4 or 5, and then all the way up to like 10. Yeah. Great show.
Great. I'll never watch it.
It will stress you out, especially
I can't stand watching quote unquote reality TV, because it's just the worst kind of people that, get on there because producers know that people watch that and go, "Can you believe this asshole?" So they just purposely act like assholes.
Oh, sure.
Let's get into some food news.
Food news. It's foodie time. Newsland.
What was that last part?
Newsland.
Newsland. Hold on, let me write that word down. Newsland.
It's Newsland.
Exclamation point. Exclamation.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I know. Newsland. There's the Baltimore Sun's new motto. Newsland.
Baltimore Sun. We're Newsland.
Newsland.
Center of Newsland.
By the way, that's a copyright 2024.
Yep, copyright trademark Rude Cooking School Podcast.
Exactly. All right, I got a couple stories for you here.
Oh boy.
Let me clear my
Here's
throat.
A story for you. Are you excited, indifferent, or not happy that Prementi Brothers is coming to the Baltimore area?
I could fucking care less.
Aw.
I don't find sandwiches with French fries on them to be terribly good.
What about a burrito with French fries in it?
Again, not great.
You don't like a Cali burrito?
I mean, Cali burritos don't have fucking French fries on them.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
The one I had in San Diego was billed as a Cali burrito and it had French fries and guacamole in it. All right. Well, I don't know. It was luchador themed, and they did not seem to be lying to me.
Okay. I mean, it depends, I guess. I don't know. Is all the other stuff on there, as long as it, I don't know. It doesn't sound great.
All right, fine.
I like a Mission burrito. That's kind of my standard burrito, which is also from California. Thank you, from the Mission District.
California.
I don't know. They're fine, I guess. I mean, they're saying, you know, I don't think I've ever had, I think when I was in Pittsburgh, I didn't have any. Or are they from Philly? They're from Pittsburgh, right?
They're from Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I don't think I ate their on purpose because I was just like a tourist trap. So I'll try it just to make you happy. Fine.
Thanks. Thank you.
Just fucking send you a video of me eating a sandwich. Like, are you fucking happy now?
I mean, that's the kind of content you should be putting out there, John.
Yeah. The French fries make it really dry.
How many other Instagram accounts that have the word Baltimore and food in them have less than like 20,000 followers?
Who, you making fun of me?
No, I'm making fun of, well, yes, and I'm also making fun of these other, quote, food influencers in Baltimore.
You know.
It's like saying you're the food influencer in like Indianapolis, even though we do have like really good, you know, a good restaurant scene and whatnot. It's just, we're still a very small city, and it's like, hey, everybody, check out this cheesesteak I got at McGurk's.
I'm like, people should be excited if they follow me on Instagram if I even remember to like post anything about the new episodes.
Well, you don't.
I don't. Every now and then I'm like, oh, I made a thing. I'm going to put it on fucking Instagram.
I'm good about 66% of the time for my content, but the Instagram is basically a mausoleum at this point.
Yeah, Instagram, like I got Blue Sky that I just look at other people's stuff. I don't interact with people too much.
Right.
Like, but Blue Sky's just like kind of weird. I don't mind it, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've already I've canceled everything off of Twitter. I did that months and months ago.
I've been enjoying Twitter lately because of the various local news happenings.
Yeah,
with the Baltimore Sun and like some Nick Mosby trials and whatnot.
I got off out of principle because fuck that
principle
fascist piece of shit. So whatever.
He's not getting my money, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's getting money because of you. Let's see what I got first for you. Okay, so how do you feel after you eat pasta?
So I don't eat a lot of pasta. I know how to pick the right amount of pasta to eat.
Yeah.
But I could understand, like, I know that it can make you feel very sleepy, maybe a bit full, and then you're hungry 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to feel, John?
I'll tell you. According to a study conducted by the Behavioral and Brain Lab.
Better than sex.
The Behavioral and Brain Lab, by the way, at the Free University of Languages and Communication, IULM, in Milan, Italy. Okay. They have proven scientifically that pasta makes you feel better.
Okay. Feel better than what?
Than before you ate it.
Just oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe you were hungry and now you're not, so you feel better.
For this, I'm also suspect of it because it's
did they measure the dopamine levels of these people?
We'll go into it.
They put them on a PET scan and like, ooh, their pleasure centers are lighting up.
For this study, IULM researchers recruited 40 participants between the ages of 25 and 55, measured their physical and neurological changes as they ate pasta, and then compared those responses to the reactions the participants had while listening to their favorite song or watching a sporting event. According to the researchers, eating pasta was more effective than sports or music at quote unquote activating cognitive memory processes.
Okay. What if you did all three at once?
Which is a fancy way of saying that it helped the participants recall or remember specific things, although the researchers have not elaborated on what those things were. Eating pasta also bested both music and sporting events when it comes to generating positive emotions, which makes us wonder how you say Buffalo Bills fan in Italian. That's dumb. Finally, the researchers watched and quantified the participants' facial expressions and determined that a bowl of pasta was equally likely to be an indicator of happiness as a person's favorite song, and it was significantly more to generate a positive facial expression than watching sports. Well, yeah, no shit. Quote, through this study, science has put itself at the services of emotions to. So I can't even do it because then I'll just start turning into Mario. to certify that pasta and happiness are one, said Vincenzo Russo, a professor of consumer psychology and neuromarketing at IULM University and the founder and coordinator of the Neuromarketing Behavior and Brain Lab at IULM. This guy's full of shit, apparently.
Yeah, this sounds like a really peer-reviewed study.
He said in a statement, the results tell us that precisely when we eat the pasta, we are emotionally active. It is therefore a real act of tasting and savoring a dish in its full flavor to stimulate the most positive memories and emotions.
But what about versus other foods?
The participants were also asked the question, when do you eat pasta? And the most common responses were related to having one's meals with family or with friendship or when I'm feeling happy. No one said, when I'm fucking depressed and I want to dump 2 pounds of fucking goo into my stomach.
I'm really unhappy. You know what I need? Starch.
Yeah, I feel like shit. You know what'll make me feel better? Feeling like more shit. That's why I just consumed 8,000 calories of starch. In addition, when asked how eating pasta made them feel, 76% of the participants responded, wait, what? In addition, when asked, when they were asked how happy eating pasta made them feel, they said a lot. God, what is this, Mickey Mouse?
A medium amount.
I read these and sometimes it takes reading them out loud to realize how just fucking stupid it is. Good God. I don't read all. I kind of skim over some of it.
The Pasta Council.
Yeah. Hey, it's a meat. This was fucking made by Big Spaghetti, dude. What's going on?
Yeah, definitely. Barilla.
Researchers added that almost all Italians, a whopping 99%, eat pasta an average of 5 times a week. Holy shit. And interesting as this study might be, it's worth taking it with a grain of salt. As of this writing, it has not been peer-reviewed or published in an academic journal. Yeah, no shit. There you go. I'm pretty sure this was written with crayon. Here we go. And it was also conducted on behalf of Una Italiana Food, a trade organization that represents Italy's pasta producers.
Yeah, the American Dairy Council interviewed a bunch of cows and said they love giving milk to people.
Yeah, exactly. Quote, we have always known that the good plate of pasta make everybody happy, but we did not know why and to what extent. Riccardo Felicity, president of Una Italian's food pasta makers, said, quote, now, the official confirmation comes
the official confirmation
comes from this research. And we have commissioned it from the IULM, in which pasta is chosen as the food of happiness. Or we make it the pasta makers like they say, with the best happiness price ratio. Whatever that means. So, yeah, there you go. I don't know.
The slug line for this is trade group pays for study on pasta
to tell you that the pasta is good. Yeah, exactly. I will say I ate more pasta this week than I normally do. I don't really eat a lot of pasta because I don't like it a lot. I don't necessarily like a lot of pasta, but the pasta I had this week was fresh, and I think that makes a big difference for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a texture thing. It's it's not as al dente starchy, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, sure. That reminds me, I got a bunch of vermicelli noodles that I need to use for something.
Yeah. Ugh, have fun. Hate vermicelli.
Well, I hate you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, but these are the clear ones.
Oh, I got you.
For like a Korean stew.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when it snowed last week, did you eat any of the snow? Do you do that? I did
not.
I did.
I mean, I used to. Not anymore.
We were walking around the park and Crosby's like, I'm so thirsty. I'm like, you're surrounded by water.
Frozen water.
Grab some and throw it in your mouth. And then it just became a joke about eating pissy snow, But so there's I'm not on TikTok. Surprise.
Okay.
I mean, I have it and I look at videos sometimes, but I don't obsess on it. I don't follow anyone. I don't I follow some of the fads just because it's in the food realm and I'm just like, holy shit, this is just crazy stupid. Because everybody, it's like that one lady who's like, everyone's so creative.
She's not even my favorite one. It's the Chef Reacts guy. He's some New York dude. He's my favorite one.
Yeah. But no, I mean, everyone tries to be so creative and they're just not
oh, it's terrible.
But
it's some Midwestern mom who's like, here's a giant aluminum pan full of mac and cheese, ground beef, cream cheese, more cream cheese, nacho cheese, cheddar, and then the one thing I've seen a lot of lately are people taking manicotti and stuffing it with polio string cheese and then putting that at the bottom of their dish and then covering it in meat sauce or whatever the fuck and baking it for 45 minutes. It's garbage.
Yeah, it's. I mean, but you can't say it's garbage because then you're showing your privilege. That's what you're doing. You can't.
I'm sure if you gave me the time,
critique anything anymore because everything.
That's bullshit. No, I could come up with a very budget friendly meal that would feed 5 to 10 people without using a bunch of canned dog shit.
Give me flour and eggs and I will make pasta. It's okay.
But that's the thing. There are plenty of other videos of old nonis, making
those
fucking pasta by hand, and it it just takes a little bit of time.
But I saw a article this week that was like, I'm gonna reassess the fucking what's that shitty steakhouse, the really garbagey one.
Lone Star, Longhorn.
Outback. No, it's like a current one.
Ponderosa.
Sure.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Which really shitty steakhouse? There's so many.
I can't remember. Oh, Texas Roadhouse. There you go.
Yeah, that was kind of what I said.
No. I wanted to be specific. They were like, Texas Roadhouse is actually great. And it's like, no. Stop it.
No.
It's pandering, and it's because nobody can critique anything anymore. Everything has to be on the same level or you're showing your privilege. And that's stupid. It's not how things work.
That's why I'm going to Fogo de Chao for my bachelor party.
Better than other things. Here's my Play-Doh that I just put in my hand and I squeezed it. Isn't that just as good as Michelangelo's David? Of course it is.
Yes, it is.
Because it would hurt my feelings if you fucking told me it wasn't. It's so dumb. I'm having and I feel like an asshole saying shit like this because I don't want to come across as like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, you sound like a boomer.
God damn it. I don't know. The dumbing down of food, and it's always been there anyway. People just don't want to learn to cook. They think it's okay to just dump a bunch of horse shit in a plate and then just be like, I'm creative. It's like, no, you're not.
Easy one pot meal.
You're lazy. You're lazy and you don't know how to eat well. So off my boomer horse.
Woo.
This soapbox.
Let's get you a boom mic for that boomer.
This fucking soapbox that just got off went to fucking Woodstock. Anyway, so people have been freaking out about those Stanley tumblers and Adidas Sambas. But now, last week, there was a big thing about snow cream.
Okay.
Which is basically you take snow and you just dump it. It's like snowballs here, right? But they call them snow cream, and that sounds really fucking gross.
Who does?
It's TikTok people.
Why?
So they're just putting shit on. They're just putting shit on snow and being like, "This is
so it's like
my
ice cream, but it's snow."
Right.
Okay.
They're just putting garbage on snow and just being like, "This is my creative way to make snow cream."
Snow. It's not.
Yeah. And it's always some dumb fuck I'm gonna put my play on the viral thing to ever. I hate when people say that. Take this
solo cup full of snow and put some Fireball on it. Look at that Fireball snow cream.
I hate when people say, "Here's my take on the viral snow thing," or the viral pasta dish. It's like somebody came up with a thing and everybody apes it, and that's fine. But good grief. But so Reese Witherspoon did a thing last week. She made her what she called a chocochino that she basically poured on top of the snow, cold brew coffee, chocolate, and salted caramel flavored syrups.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, fine. So she scraped the snow off the top of her barbecue grill. But she didn't touch the grill. It was like literally the stuff on top.
Sure.
And, so then, of course, because internet, everybody's like, you're going to die. This is dirty. You're fucking stupid. All this shit. And then she came up later and was like, it's not unhealthy. You only live once. Who gives a shit? And also it was delicious. Like, live your own life. So here's the deal. Like, everybody is, everyone's an expert on everything. Every food video, there's at least 30,000 people saying, why aren't you wearing gloves?
Actually,
Yeah,
gloves. That's not very sanitary.
I wouldn't eat there, and it's literally just some lady who like was cooking for her family. It's like, I wouldn't eat there. Jen used gloves. It's like, well, this is just their house.
Do you usually use gloves when you're making a grilled cheese for your kids?
Yeah, it's bizarre world. Anyway, so is it safe to eat snow? We asked a couple people, and I didn't ask a couple people.
I mean, I wouldn't eat the snow that's closest to the ground, but I would, peel off an inch or two off the top.
So here's what they say. Anything that's dingy or gray shouldn't eat.
Okay. Whoa,
if it's
mind
brown
blowing.
or muddy, no. If it's yellow, absolutely not, right? So Laura T. Martin, an assistant professor at pediatrics at the Ohio State University College of Medicine, advises against eating snow that has been collected directly off the ground due to potential contaminants and toxins. Okay, makes sense. And also, you shouldn't eat any snow that's already been plowed, even if it looks clean. I don't know why you would.
Why would you do that? This has some pebbles in it from the way, asphalt.
This article is so stupid because if you do any of this, you deserve to die. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You just, whatever. Quote, the safest snow to consume will be the whitest, fluffiest top layer of fallen snow, furthest away from the ground. She wrote in a blog post on the Nationwide Children's Hospital website. Quote, for a bigger serving of snow safely harvested, place a clean bowl on your picnic table, deck, or similar outside structure.
And let the snow fall into it from the sky. Yeah,
there you go. Choose areas
Honey, it's about to snow. Put out the snow barrels.
Put out the snow bowl. Hey, Ruth, get the snow bucket.
I need to get some of that good snow.
Get my snow bucket. Choose areas that are less likely to be disturbed by backyard critters or exposed to bird droppings.
Oh my God.
With a decent snowfall, you'll be able to collect snow that is free of dirt and debris and will likely be cleaner snow than on the ground. I would just fucking, dude, if you pull out a snow bowl to get snow, good grief. Just find a clean patch of snow and just don't go all the way to the ground.
Never ceases to amaze me how often we find things like this where it's called, hey, do you have common sense? No? Read this.
Yeah. So they go on to just talk about like, don't go to the lower layers of snow. Don't eat black carbon from coal. Like, it's crazy. So the National Snow and Ice Data Center, part of the Cooperative Institute for Research in Environmental Sciences, series for short, at the University of Colorado Boulder, reinstates the importance of eating snow that has fallen later in a snowstorm, not the first layer covering the ground. As snow falls through the sky, it can lock in pollutants into its intricate lattice work. The most common is black carbon from coal-fired plants and wood-burning stoves. In a sense, that's why it's better to wait a few hours into the snowfall to eat your first batch.
Well, what Reese Witherspoon should have done was just gotten, the Hershey's chocolate syrup, squirted into her mouth, and just tilted her head back and let the snow fall into her mouth until it fills.
The Charlie Brown method, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Totally. Others have advised against eating snow collected from a parking lot, street, or sidewalk, as it might contain rock salt or other chemicals.
Yeah.
No shit, Sherlock. Oh God, all these fucking things are gonna make me crazy. So yeah, there you go.
Yep. Good
and
stuff.
if you want to fucking, just use your common sense, throw some Kool-Aid on it. It's fine. Make yourself a snowball like in Baltimore. It's good. By the way, if you're listening to this and you don't live in the Baltimore area, look up Baltimore Snowball and then start planning your trip during the summer.
Top it with some marshmallow.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's so gross, but so good. So this is an old article, but it still applies to the Ravens.
Okay.
Popeyes is going to give away free chicken wings if the Ravens win.
Oh. Uh-oh.
So we're
going to get some World Star videos out of that.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, it was between Buffalo, Baltimore, and Philadelphia. Okay. Because Eagles have wings and Ravens have wings, and Buffalo is Buffalo. Because home of the wing.
Home of the wing.
But all those teams are out of the shit now, so it just means the Ravens. So if the Ravens win,
but is Popeyes going to do an Old Bay wing, or is it going to just be like their shitty whatever wings?
Well, if the Ravens win the Super Bowl,
on
February 13th, when it launched its promo video, Popeyes said that it would give its wing giveaway would be valid if the Philadelphia Eagles won the game, but that was done. So they said the best combo in the world is football wings and a little wager. Jeff Klein, the chief marketing officer at Popeye, said in a statement, "We are making a bet with Popeye fans in the U.S. and Canada that if football teams with wings win the game, we will give everyone Popeye's new chicken wings to celebrate." This is pretty good. This is a pretty good promotion, actually. So if Baltimore wins, wing lovers will be able to collect one free 6-piece order of wings on February 13th by making any purchase at a participating Popeyes restaurant or through the Popeyes app. So there you go.
Yeah, so, I know a lot of people will want to cash in on this, but I don't care.
Well, I haven't had their wings yet, and I did notice that during the game last week, Popeyes is really pushing their wings, right? Which apparently launched in November of 2023. But they have a bunch of different flavors, like ghost pepper, honey barbecue, roasted garlic parm. They have a hot, a sticky and sweet, spicy and sweet. So yeah, good for them.
I don't know why, but any fast food place, Popeyes included, and remember the Mighty Wings from McDonald's. Any of these places that do like a carry-out wing, they're always garbage to me.
Well, because they're always little bird wings.
Yeah, they're either going to be soggy or they're going to be breaded and all fucked up. I don't like them.
I'm going to just breeze through this. It just makes me sad. Okay. But as a person of the Gen X flavor
persuasion,
fruit stripe gum is gone forever.
Oh, no, it'll come back.
They killed it.
Yikes! Stripes, fruit stripe gum.
Yeah, that dude's dead. They probably fucking shot him in the head.
The zebra.
Yeah, Stripes. According to
is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know that? Yeah, the zebra's name
that.
was Stripes. According to Fruit Stripes manufacturer Ferrara Candy, the gum is being discontinued. The big news to anyone who didn't think it was discontinued.
What they'll do is they'll sit on the IP for 3 years and then bring it a throwback version.
And then I'll be like, hey, they brought Fruit Stripe gum back.
Because Ferraro owns all candy at this point, and
they really do.
I don't know if they own Razzles, but hey, remember Razzles?
We talked about Ferrara before a couple
candy,
times.
That's a gum.
Yeah. The one thing that I loved the taste of Fruit Stripe gum, but as soon as you're like, wow, this tastes really good, it's gone.
It's just instantly gone.
It was like
you had to eat that constant stream of Fruit Stripe going in your mouth. Like you could not catch up to how fast that flavor goes away.
So Fruit Stripe gum was invented in the late 1960s by James Parker. It was originally manufactured and sold by the Beechnut Confection Division before being passed off in several various mergers and acquisitions to Nabisco, Hershey, and Farley's and Sathers, which joined forces with Ferrara Pan Candy to create Ferrara Candy Company. Blah, blah, blah. percentages. They don't make money, I guess. So yeah.
I feel like like candy innovation has kind of ended. Where now, I mean, more of the candy that I'm seeing is just going backwards to more traditional candies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I think the peak of that's a weird candy idea was like the Nerds Rope or something, but we haven't I haven't seen a new or different candy bar in quite some time.
Yeah, like Take 5 was
I think that was the last one.
Yeah. By the way, his name isn't Stripes. It's Yipes. Sorry.
Oh, Yipes. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, Yipes Stripes? Fruit stripe gun? But who's Stripes?
Yeah, his name's Yipes. Sorry.
Yipes.
Which is a terrible name for a zebra. Why would you call him Stripes?
I don't know.
He's literally
zebras have stripes.
Yipes. Has he got an emotional issue?
Maybe Stripes was taken.
Yeah, he's just really scared of everything. Yipes.
He's a nervous zebra.
Okay, here's the dumbest story of the week. So, have you heard the story about what the lines mean on solo cups?
The lines. It's the demarcation for like fluid ounces.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I knew that.
and this has been a thing for years where they're like, the reason that they made this is the first line all the way at the bottom is 1 ounce, and that's for a shot. Mm-hmm. And then the second line up is 5 ounces, and that's for wine.
Got it.
And then the third one up is 12 ounces, and that's for beer. And that's been a thing for years. And just not too long ago, let me see. So Dart came out and said the lines do coincide with, if the lines do coincide with measurements,
it's coincidental.
It's coincidental.
Yeah. It's just something to do with the manufacturing process and getting the cups dislodged off the mold easier or something like that. But then
they started saying like, oh, well, if you go on their website, they say the lines mean something different for everyone. For some, it means a responsible pour at their next tailgate. For others, it means more. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
So, but then they were like, oh, well, you could do like the 1 ounce. And this is Solo was like, put this out like, oh, 1 ounce is a really good mouthwash pour in the morning. Or 5 ounces is a standard serving of cereal. And 12 ounces is like the amount of water you should drink 5 times a day. That kind of thing. And everybody's been like, no, it means this and it means that. But no one forgot that they don't make these cups anymore. They literally don't make these cups anymore.
I think they don't make them in Maryland anymore. There was a Solo Cup factory.
Solo Cup company. Yeah.
Out in Owings Mills. I think they're still
They went out of business 30 years ago.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Solo?
Yeah.
No.
My company is built on the ashes of that company. Trust me.
It was not 30 years ago. The plant was dismantled less than 20, like 10 or 15 years ago.
Sure. Let's talk about something that people care less about.
Cups.
But seriously, everyone's been going crazy about this, not realizing that these cups aren't made anymore. They're not. There's a completely different.
We have a sleeve of them in our house. I gotta get these on eBay.
Dude, you can sell those motherfuckers the original Solo Cup, because now they're all fucking weird and they got a big channel up the side. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the little grip channel or whatever the fuck they call it.
So weird. And then our last story is, and this came out today. So an American chemist caused a stir on Wednesday with her suggestion that a humble cup of tea. So this was yesterday that she came out with this, that a humble cup of tea
makes you happier than sports
would be better improved with salt.
Salt.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So,
I'll give it a whirl.
I mean, I'm into it. Why not? So she said,
but like a white tea, a black tea, any kind of tea.
Let me get to it here. Would be improved with salt, prompting shocked headlines from the British news outlets and an intervention by the U.S. Embassy in London. Drinking tea in Britain, of course, is almost mandatory. The first thing most reasonable Brits do when they come home is to fire up the kettle, make a good cuppa, and relax. But Michelle Frankel, a chemistry professor at Bryn Mawr, I hate saying that word, Bryn Mawr, but it looks like college in Pennsylvania with a new book on tea has suggested techniques for making a perfect brew that are unfamiliar to many Brits. She advised that adding a dash of salt could help the tea taste less bitter. She went further, recommending a squeeze of lemon, which helps to remove the quote-unquote scum that can sit on the surface of the water.
The fuck tea is she drinking?
I don't know. She's also a fan of vigorous dunking and squeezing of the tea bags. Good.
Apparently
God.
That's bad. That's faux pas.
That's a big faux pas because squeezing your tea bag, squeezing your tea bag like gets all the like really bad oxidants and shit into your tea.
The tannins.
Yeah, tannins. It's a big tannin thing.
Sure, whatever.
It is. It actually does make a difference. I'm a huge tea drinker. I don't drink coffee, and when I'm at home, like when I'm at work, I don't give a shit. Just a couple tea bags, squeeze it in or whatever. But when I'm home and I want to make a really good pot of tea, and I have a couple teapots that I do pour over tea. I have a tea, like a water kettle that I heat the water up, pour it over, make a little pot of tea. But yeah, I don't, when I'm home and I just use bags, I don't squeeze it. It actually does make a huge difference.
My peak tea consumption was way back when I was working at Hopkins, the hospital, and I was working in a very diverse laboratory with a lot of Asians and Asian Indians, and man, like so many different kinds of tea with that group of people. A lot of it loose, a lot of jasmine tea, shitloads of like Chinese tea, Japanese tea, just tea. Learned a lot about tea.
It's all delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. We're embarrassingly stupid when it comes to tea. Like the rest of the world kicks our shit.
One of my Christmas presents from Leanna was a new little teapot, and then all these teas from a little cute tea place down in Fells Point.
QT?
Not like this salt tea. It's salty. Yeah. So then people freaking out. So,
sure.
Quote, American scientist reveals her secret to the perfect cup of tea, but not adding hot milk and salt risks leaving Brits at a boiling point. This was a headline on the Daily Mail. It's fucking crazy. So they're losing their shit because they're Brits. And,
why do the Brits care what some girl at Bryn Mawr said?
I have no idea.
Pennsylvania, whatever.
I mean, there's Tibetan butter tea, or it's called po cha, which is made with a pinch of salt, as is Mongolian tea, which is called sute sai. So sensing a potential diplomatic incident, the U.S. Embassy in London issued, quote, an all-important statement on the latest tea controversy, unquote. Here's what they wrote. Quote, tea is the elixir of camaraderie.
You should just stop with the accent, please. Just say it.
A sacred bond that unites our nations.
Why are they Southern?
We cannot stand idly by as such an outrageous proposal threatens the very foundations of our special relationship. The embassy said on X, quote, therefore, we want to assure the good people of the UK that the unthinkable notion of adding salt to Britain's national drink is not official United States policy and never will be. End quote. Sorry.
I'm glad that we don't have any policies behind tea.
So Frankel, I mean, hey, she's got a book called Steeped, The Chemistry of Tea that's coming out, and hopefully she'll be on she's going to get fucking killed, but she's going to sell
killed in the comments section.
But she's going to be on every talk show in England. Yeah. They're going to fucking hate her and love it.
There's going to be a lot of NPR podcasts with her on it.
And now we have Mrs. Frankel. She wrote a book, Steeped, The Chemistry of Tea. She talked about salt, how it might make it a little better, but also lemon juice.
So if you are unfamiliar with salt, the chemical formula is sodium chloride, NaCl, which, when dissolved in a solution of tea, adds a certain saltiness to the tea.
my voice and the way I talk will put you to sleep.
We tested out the pleasuring effects of this tea by having a control group that only watched sports. And the tea produced a much more favorable effect than sports.
Do you like warm milk or cold milk in your tea?
Warm milk, unfortunately, makes me drowsy.
Have you thought about tap water or water that's filtered?
In my tea?
Yes.
Or in general?
In your tea.
I had not considered it.
You're a terrible scientist.
I'm not a scientist at all.
I thought you were the scientist. we were role playing. I thought you were the scientist. What's going on?
No, that's the joke. She's not a scientist.
I've been lying all the time. Why did you believe me when I said put salt in the tea, you dumb fucks?
I just wrote this book and said I was at Bryn Mawr.
That'd be great. You dumb shits. You listen to me. But in her book, she documents tea making practices that go back 1,000 years. She advises using short mugs with less surface area to keep the tea warm, and says warming up the cup beforehand is important.
Warm it up, Chris.
As it increases the amount of caffeine and antioxidants released. Throwing caution to the wind, Frankel bravely weighs in on the great milk debate and concludes that it's better to use warm milk and to pour it in after the tea. This, she says, will reduce the chance of it curdling. Dude, if it curdles, you got bad fucking milk. Aren't you a scientist? Fresh milk doesn't curdle, you dumb shit.
In tea.
Unless you're putting lemon in there and then you're making cheese. God damn it.
Cheese tea? Tea cheese.
That's a thing, actually.
Oh, I want to try it.
I think that's a thing. I put my tea, if I'm doing tea bags, hot water, tea bags, let it steep, pull it out, throw in some honey, a little bit of, mix it in. And I use cold milk to bring it down to a temperature where I can drink it. Because I'm a goddamn genius.
Or like it piping hot and black.
Just like your men.
Right.
Okay. And that's it, everybody, for food news this week.
We did it.
Yeah, we did do the thing. And good on all of us. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea.
Wow.
No, I'm not.
I am not.
I'm going to go fucking pour myself a cup of gin.
I am going to make a shawarma bowl.
Nice. I'm having lasagna.
You're having gin and lasagna. I'm having a salad.
I'm not having gin and lasagna. I'm having lasagna.
It's the secret ingredient to your lasagna.
Yeah. What's the secret ingredient in your bolognese sauce? A glass of gin next to it. Oh, okay. Sweet.
Lots of gin.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to the Rude Cooking School podcast. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you telling your friends and family, which you should do if you enjoy the show. We don't pay for advertising, and word of mouth is big. Also, if you can, rate and review us, or give us a like, or follow us on wherever you get your podcasts. Evan has a podcast himself, and he would like to tell you about it right now.
It is entitled The City That Breeds Podcast. Our new episode, as of you listening to it, dropped yesterday, and it was a fun time. We talked a lot about what's going on in Baltimore, and we also talked about some of our favorite Batman films. The answers may shock you.
Not a lot of the one with the nipples, huh?
No.
Yeah, nobody liked that one.
Some of them were animated.
Oh, yeah, Mask of the Phantasm probably came up, huh?
It came up.
Yeah. So anyway, if you love Batman and talking about Baltimore, his fucking podcast is great and very funny, and you should listen to it. Mm-hmm. And that said, I will talk to you next week. So for the Rude Cooking School podcast, my name's John Hauser III. Don't yuck my yum.
And don't not come on our podcast, John, again soon.
My name's dude, just let me know. I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll have to come over there because we're going to do, I don't know, we'll do a taste test or something.
Oh, hell yeah. That sounds awesome. So, all right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Goodbye.